Hello and what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Miguel. You're watching Miguel EDC, the channel where we talk everything EDC gear here. And today we're going to be doing a face reveal. All right, there you go. Yours truly right there behind the camera. Just realized it's a very reflective box here. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and get into it here, doing the honors. We have the Rivery Zero. I've had this thing here by my side ever since I unboxed it. Really been enjoying carrying this thing a ton. I'll have links for this knife and every other knife you see in this video linked down below, so you guys can check out prices, availability, and variants. It does help out the channel when you use those links, but that's entirely up to you and at zero extra cost. Now we have an Olitans model here to check out today. Do we have any hints? Yes, no. We're looking at the T065. Yep, let's go ahead and find out what this one's all about. A very premium magnetic box right there, and we have, let's see, here we have a wiping cloth, and we have some paperwork and that good stuff, as well as a cushiony pouch right there and all that good stuff in a very nice stitch zipper pouch. Go ahead and get in here, nice and branded. What is this new model all about? Let's find out here together, shall we? First impressions, I mean, I am digging the old metal or old steel construction going on this one. Ooh, okay, all right, let's zoom in here. First things first, get you the 5x zoom, because I'm pretty sure you'll miss the detail here unless we zoom in. First impression, I'm already digging the micro milling going on all around this guy. That is absolutely beautiful. So you have like a regular flat surface here, and then you have a beautiful micro milling going on all the way around. Gotta dig that. Get my magnet of truth here, right? No pull, so I'm assuming this will be, I want to say titanium, right? Definitely doesn't feel like aluminum. So we got titanium on the handles, titanium backspacer, steel hardware, okay? And we do have a titanium pocket clip. All right, so that's nice. Stress relief cutout on the outside. This one's gonna be a frame lock. We have thumb stud deployments, which by the way, these are some very interesting looking thumb studs. Kind of got that frag pattern going on. That's gonna help with grip. We'll test that in a second. Back flipper here with some jimping, of course. That's always appreciated. And then it's got this whole blacked out, aesthetics to it, which, if you're into that kind of vibe, I know I have a few blacked out knives as well myself. So I'm absolutely digging that. Lanyard hole back here, quite significant, quite pronounced. If you're into lanyards, they got you covered right there. Pocket clip, I want to say, is not reversible, just given the shape and the housing here. That's just something to keep in mind. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get this thing deployed, shall we? Here we go. Bam! All right, what are we working with, ladies and gentlemen? We have a beautiful drop point blade, right? Kind of a very straightforward design here. Drop point blade with a flat grind, and we have Bowler M390. Future me put that HRC on the screen. But yeah, this is a premium knife through and through, right? With M390 steel, the titanium handle, all blacked out here, black stone wash finish on that Bowler M390, and very good looking, right? Straightforward, but also gorgeous looking drop point blade. All right, you guys be the judge there. Take a closer look. I know you guys like to take some pictures and things like that. Now, there's barely any billboarding on the blade here, just a steel, which is okay. And, you got the big logo there, which, Olitans has a very nice, cool looking logo. So I give them that. And then no billboarding anywhere else. So that's pretty okay in my book. Checking out the disengagement here. Let's see. We have a good access to the lock bar from the show side, right? The show side is a little bit shorter. So easy to disengage here. Push down into the left. Then we got the detent right there with the lock bar steel insert for steel on steel contact, which is good. For longevity, we're looking at what, maybe 10-15% of the lockup. You guys be the judge. But yeah, that is nice and solid, robust right there. Easy to disengage. And then a little bit of a shake shutter, obviously. Barely getting broken in. That back flipper, right? You can light switch. You can push button it. I want to say, can you feel it? All right, yes, you can. Right? If you don't put any effort, you will feel it. So light switching it will probably be the way to go there, without a doubt. Then thumb stud deployment. All right, that's nice. Not overly complicated, not overly stiff. Reverse flick, meat of the middle finger works. And then nail, right? Testing with the nail of the middle finger, that also works. So both ways work. The, I have to really push down against the lock bar in order for it to work with my nail. So probably meat of the middle finger will be the easier way there. But I also love the acoustics. I don't know if you guys are listening to that. Sounds pretty good. Either way you deploy it. And then we have good alignment right there, rock solid in the middle. You guys be the judge there. Let's see, good solid. Yeah, that's robust right there. No movement, no side to side of any kind, no up and down movement at all. And then checking out the Ergos, it's going to be a full 4-finger grip here, all in the handle portion. I wouldn't recommend forward choking there. That flipper tab is going to be your finger guard. A little bit of jimping right here on the top, right? Kind of getting it a little closer so it's easier to see. And yeah, full 4-finger grip. Now I do have average size hands. Again, not the biggest, not the smallest of hands. If you have bigger hands than me, then perhaps you may run out of room a little bit there, right? You can always attach a lanyard if you want extra grip. But you know, this is through and through a medium knife. There's no doubt about it. Before we do some measurements and size comparisons, I want to say if I squeeze really hard, I do feel that pocket clip there, but otherwise it's pretty decent, right? Comfortable. I want to say 9 out of 10 pocket clip there, through and through. So not bad, not uncomfortable. You know, you're sitting on a flat surface. Not too bad, not too shabby right there. Absolutely digging it. Now for my knife nerds out there, let me give you some measurements. We're coming in at 6.75 or 6 3/4 of an inch overall length. So it's a little bit shorter than a 7-inch Elementum, a little bit shorter than a 7-inch Kershaw Leak. Right, so that now that makes a little bit more sense. We have a 3-inch blade with a 3-inch cutting path. All right, so you're still getting, you know, a decent amount of cutting path because there's no finger choil to take away from blade there. Under 4 inches on the handle. I want to say like 3.8, 3.85 or so. While we're here, might as well get a blade stock thickness read here, coming in at 0.11, a little bit thinner than the 0.12. I want to say, let me get a reading up here. There we go, 0.12 is the thickest portion of the blade. That's the average in the channel, by the way. And 0.48 is the thickness in the handle. That's a little bit slimmer than the 0.5 or half an inch average here in the channel. Last but not least, let's get a quick weight on this bad boy. All right, we're zeroed out. I want to say we do have, yeah, I saw some milling in there. Yeah, quite a good amount of milling on this side. A little bit of milling on the top side of the liner lock, or sorry, frame lock. So that helps with the weight department. I want to say probably coming in at 3.5. We go to 3.5. 3.5 to 4 ounces is what I'm going to roll with. Here we go. Look at that, 3.5 on the dot. 3.5 ounces or 100 grams. Again, really great weight for EDC. The knife is not too big, not too small, not too heavy, not too light. So absolutely a great weight for EDC through and through. And again, I gotta tell you, man, the deployment here is pretty well tuned. All right, those 3 different deployment options, each work pretty good. And it does have the premium feeling, right, of titanium. We got the M390 as well. Got quite a bit going on here for this guy. Now, size comparisons here next to the MSI, you can see the sheer size difference. There's a stitch, right? By the way, these are both rocking Lex custom scales. I have them linked down below if you guys are interested in checking them out. Absolutely changed both the MSI and the stitch for me. As you can see, they look like totally different knives, so I can't recommend those enough. Here's the PM2. Check that out. Spyderco PM2 and Para 3. So is it a little bit shorter than the Para 3? The answer is yes. Yep, absolutely. Here's the Demko AD 20.5, which is a little bit longer as well. The Chad, of course, is in a whole different category there. Or again, under 7 inches, 6.75 overall length. So kind of makes sense. It's a little bit shorter than those other ones. And again, I do have links for all those knives and content here in the channel. If you guys want to learn more, just put the knife name Miguel EDC on the search box and you'll find those videos right away. Now that being said, it's time to get scientific with it, right? M390 steel. Future me put that HRC on the screen. Passes the scientific nail test here. 5x zoom for some extra drama on a piece of textbook paper. Okay, look at that. Creating some swirls there for days. Absolutely biting into that paper there without any issues. Some full slices. Bam. Boom. Bada boom. Oh yeah. No doubts there. This thing is very crispy out of the box with that factory edge. I mean, cutting paper anyway, so that's not really proving much, but it should be able to, at the very least, do that from the start. Cutting at a diagonal angle here on an average piece of cardboard. Cutting diagonally for better performance. There we go. Looks something like this. Oh yeah, that full flat grind. Not necessarily a full, but almost full flat grind is going to be putting in some work, no doubt. I'm going to turn it around here for better leverage. There we go. Tapered off a bit there on that cut. But, yeah, needless to say, guys, the knife absolutely cut. In case there were any lingering doubts out there, It absolutely made some quick work out of that cardboard with that factory edge, guys. Rate this thing in the comments on a scale from 1 through 10, 10 being the sharpest. Right, you all let me know. Well, there you guys have it. That is the Olitan AL T065. This one again with the premium materials, titanium all blacked out, micro milling, very minimal billboarding, Bowler M390 steel, frame lock. Looks really good. Very straightforward design, but also very elegant at the same time. So it has, you know, a lot to go for here. I'm gonna just put it down on the table so you guys can take some pictures. I know you all like to do that. Miguel, set the knife down with you. I want to take some pictures. I got you. All right, fam. Let me know your thoughts on this one. What do you all like about it? What do you all love about it? Is there anything you dislike about it? Right, all feedback. Right, please let me know in the comment section down below. Would love to hang out with you guys down there. And of course, like I said earlier, this knife and every other knife you saw in the video will be linked in the description and pinned comments. So if you want to check out prices, availability, and variants, check out those links. Those do help out the channel at zero extra cost to you. Hope you guys really enjoyed this one. If you made it to the end, you're the real MVP. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one, either this one or this one. Peace.